Okay, I think this is going to be the final thing I record for right now, and I'll let everything render, catch up on some stuff that Bruce Teeth has made in the past week or so, and start setting up something for the future for Minecraft. I was going to do this last week, and I forgot to do it last week. We're going to talk about One Piece and do a full review of One Piece chapter... One Piece chapter 970, I believe. We do Shonen Jump from Viz. We do One Piece, 970. So I was supposed to do this last weekend. Apparently it's on break this week, so we won't begin this week. No reason was given, but that's fine. Let's hit 970. This was titled, we're going to read through and see if we miss anything, Odin versus Kaido. So that's the same. Like I said before, we're going through and seeing if what has changed and all that. Okay, Shama-san's... People were saying that maybe Hiroi knew this was going to happen and she's a traitor in some kind. That's why she's too calm. But maybe she just thought Odin was going to win because Odin was training with Whitebeard and Roger. So, why are you so thoroughly prepared? How did you know? I do like how none of them thought about it. Also, we got something to talk about the assassin because I didn't know about this. People still hate this chapter. And I'll talk more about the fandom and how the fandom is taking this and how bad it represents the fandom in a sense. Then it was all a lie, wasn't it, Kaido? That's right, row, all lies. I sensed that we were at a disadvantage. I do like seeing this, that Kaido does admit that if Odin did fight back right then, he would have lost. Kaido knew he was going to lose then. Also, I do like later on where I do like how after seeing like the Beast part, seeing him dance every day, they thought Odin's fight here wasn't gonna be so long. Like you would think the Lord that has danced every day would be weak. Like even the pleasures and gifters right now, even if it's a small portion, think, oh, this won't be that hard to fight. And seeing how tough they are, you guys underestimated them. But I think also Otoki was also thinking that she has her ability. Someone said, what if Otoku was brought to the future and Hiroi died in there and Otoku is Hiroi right now? But I don't think that. I think it is Hiroi in the future right now, and Otoku jumped because otherwise we probably would have seen something with a time fruit at this point, or maybe it's still being in use. And I thought Odin knocked out those people. Apparently it was Shinobu that took out the guy who was targeting Odin, that saved Odin. A lot of this is said. We walk a path of thorns, Shinobu. I will join you. On one side, 11 samurai venture into battle. Be careful. We see Kanjuro battling Queen, and we see Raizo taking on King, but they're getting damaged because they're way too late for this battle. But the battle was lasted longer than they thought. Yeah, Kaido and them really underestimated them. The Paradise Swing, some people were saying, oh, why is one sword being say, oh, that did the damage versus Kaido when both swords were used, and that's a good point. Maybe they just reminded that Emma is the one that takes most of the power, so it probably did more of the cut there. I do like seeing that if it wasn't for the old lady stopping here, Kaido probably would be defeated. And he fell for her trick again. And that's what sucks. Is we should have expected that he would fall for it again. It's such an easy trick. Also, that means when did she I didn't even think about this. When did she touch Momo? When did she get close enough to touch Momo? That is the better question. I didn't even realize this too. The forest being burnt down, that's why Udon is a desert, is because of this fight and then what happened to the landscape. It wasn't just because of the factories, it was from this fight too. That's why Udon is the wasteland. Someone was saying that and I was like, oh, that's awesome. I didn't see that. That actually makes the chapter even better. Then being locked away in imprisonment and seeing this, that he calls Shinobu a traitor and that, I didn't realize how he meant of it. Like, it took me a second or third breathe through of it to realize what he meant. He meant to say that to get her away from this. Because if she's out of the picture, then she's not going to die with them. But she can also help them escape then. Apparently the new chapter, when it does come out later on this weekend, because it usually gets leaked early, which would give us a 2-week advantage to talk about theories and stuff. Apparently we will be seeing more of this backstory. I still say we have two, three. About to boil to death, like Odin and all that. And there's not a lot of differences from the fan one and this one this week. It's actually pretty well. The most point I'm going to go on is about the fandom hitting this so hard. One of the comments that pissed me off so much when I did read comments on that when it did go live is, while 2 chapters, then it ruined the entire flashback. Really? You guys are going to say these last two chapters ruined the entire flashback? Even though every episode before that, you guys were saying these were the greatest episodes in One Piece history. It takes 2 bad apples to ruin the entire bunch of 10 chapters of the flashback? 8 to 10 chapters that you guys were saying were the best chapters of One Piece ever. It takes 2 chapters to do that? Really? That's what you're worried about? Also, Oda, in the first place, didn't have to fucking write the battle in. There's no way. Most battles that he's talked about so far, he's side screen. He hasn't even showed. So, him saying that already Odin gets beat by Kaido and all this, and knowing this, we already knew they were going to be. He didn't have to show this. He showed it out of graceness and showing it as the adventure for Odin. He didn't have to. I'm saying right now, even seeing this much, I'm so happy for it. If to truly give this a rating now, I'd give this a 9 out of 10. And people are going to say, no, this was a bad chapter. That shouldn't even get a 9 out of 10. This should get like a 4 out of 10 or something along the lines. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10 because there's a lot more into this building up and seeing how everything falls into place. This was not a bad apple. Last week was somewhat a bad apple. It still was a decent chapter. People hated it though, because of rushness and what happened. But he was playing his part to protect his people, and I can definitely see that now. And him believing Kaido was a mishap, but how would he know that from Kaido? or Orochi. Orochi he should have known, but from Kaido, if Kaido was behind the word, how would he know better? Because you could say, oh, they were pirates. You should expect that. No, because he was part of Whitebeard's crew and Roger's crew, and those pirate crews were entirely different from Kaido's group. They're more relaxed and more given in that than what Kaido's crew is. He probably represents, oh, Kaido is probably one of the crews that we just sailed with. Something along the lines of that. So he took Kaido for the word. I could see that happening. That's why he took Kaido for his word. Because he's been on 2 incredible crews. It's like if you're playing Sea of Thieves and I see crews never alliance up because they're like, well, we've been sunk by alliances, or we've got people chasing us just for a loot. Every ship is going to do that. We should attack every ship. Now you're just judging the whole group out of some bad examples. You can't judge a series by the book. You can't judge a series by 2 bad chapters. You can't judge Wano by 2 bad chapters, as you guys would say they're bad chapters. I don't call them bad chapters. They're not bad chapters at all. We knew this was going to happen. Maybe you guys want to see more of the fight, but I think at this point Oden is trying to finish up this to get back to the bigger fights where we have Luffy and them versus Kaido and Big Mom, or Zoro versus King, or Sanji versus Queen. I'm still putting them against each other. But to see those big fights, we have to get out of this. And you might say, oh, that was a throwaway, or this was a throwaway chapter. No, it wasn't. He's trying to bring everything forward. He didn't have to show any of this. He could have just showed them in jail, and that could have been the end of it. You guys would still been pissed, but not as much pissed as you are right now, I would guess. I think the fandom, at this point, you're just showing your fangs. You're like, My Hero Academia, there's really, really good fandom. But then there's some really bad fandom within it. That's what happens with every series. But once the fans that are praising it start descending upon it, that's where everything makes noise. All those bad fans that were like, oh, this was garbage. This was a garbage show already. They make headliners, or they make so much more noise for the community once the community starts agreeing with them. And they think, oh, we were right. We should stick to it. You're just giving them more headroom to talk. Before it, Shinobu would probably rescue them. Next one will probably be an 8 or 9 out of 10. Some people might see it's trash. From this point on, they could be trash or good for most people. Because they're going to rate 2 chapters over the entire flashback as the entire flashback being horrible. I don't see it that way. I think Tekken even said that he sees where this is going and see how it is, and he doesn't consider the flashback a terrible thing. It's just, this might be a terrible chapter for some, but there's a lot of information in here, and Oda could have definitely skipped this entire thing, but he's showing it to us. I give him props. And for Orochi, him to believe Kaido, he was on 2 amazing crews. So why wouldn't he believe Kaido as a fellow pirate? And you could say, oh, they probably faced crews worse than Kaido during that time. Yes. But I'm more than certain when he made agreements with Whitebeard and Roger, they kept it to his word. So he kept that under his head and said, maybe this will be the same way. And it wasn't. You might mock the guy for doing what he did, but he's actually a very kind-hearted person. And that's why he danced for those 5 years. He wanted to keep the people safe, even if the people wanted him to revolt against Kaido. And even Kaido said if they revolted then, Kaido would have been defeated. So, otherwise, I think that's done for my rant about it. This was a 9 out of 10. This was my full review. On other chapters, we'll probably stick with this. Maybe next chapter we'll have more to talk about. I don't know. But a lot of this was just me ranting at the One Piece community. I should call this One Piece chapter 970 review. Was this chapter trash? Question mark. It's not trash. I can say that right now. It's not trash at all. It's one of the better chapters. But people will read that, click on the video. It'll be clickbait, but that's why I said during this video. So can you harm me for doing that? It's something I said during this video. I'm telling you right now, I'll probably be doing that. People will click on it and then instantly comment down below and not see the video. Oh, this wasn't trash, blah, blah, blah. Or this was trash. I'm going to get those comments probably, more than likely. So, otherwise, Shinobu gets away with it. Shinobu is probably very thankful for what he did there. And she probably gets why he said that. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like the video, if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, I recommend subscribing to the channel to get more content. Otherwise, this has been Miss Crazy, signing off. Have a good morning, have a good afternoon, have a good night, wherever you are, just have a good day. Hopefully, I'll see you guys next video. Also, one quick thing. How did they get to the castle up on the big tree? How did they get up there? I don't see any staircases. Maybe they're inside the wood. That could be a possibility. I'm just curious now. I'm just looking at the final page here. Otherwise, I did read this time on Viz. So, otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully, I do see you guys next video. And it says down here, February 16th. It hits on February 16th. So, there's a week break. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next video. And hopefully, you guys did enjoy it. And let me go through this one more time. If you guys like the video, give a like. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, I recommend subscribe to if you can subscribe to the channel, really great. It would be really grateful. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good morning, have a good afternoon, have a good night, wherever you are. Just have a good day. Hope I see you guys next video, and peace.